In these short videos, we will be looking at the information based on the learning environment and the nature of the skill. The learning environment refers to everything that is external to the learner. The learning environment consists of the nature of the skill, performance elements, practice, and feedback methods. Coaches need to be aware of a number of factors when teaching new skills so that they can use a variety of methods to teach it successfully. The nature of the skill. Skills are commonly classified as open or closed, gross motor or fine motor skills, discrete, serial or continuous, or externally paced or self-paced. Firstly, open and closed skills. An open skill in a sport is where the surrounding environment is constantly changing and unpredictable. Factors such as changing weather, player-affected surfaces such as the cricket pitch, which does change as the day goes on. It could dry out, causing the ball to bounce higher, or cracks could form, causing the bounce to be irregular, etc. Or even unconventional tactics used by players can create doubt as an athlete is not in control of everything. The outcome is that players need to modify their technique to adapt to the instability. Open skills are usually externally paced as the environment and opponents dictate the pace. Open skills can be difficult for beginners to learn and may lead to frustration and distraction. You think about a skill such as surfing, we can't predict or change the waves, so a learner or a beginner trying to master this skill would find it very frustrating because they're constantly falling off. There might be a bigger wave, then a smaller wave, then no waves. So all these things can affect the athlete learning the skill, and this is about an open skill. Another thing could be, say, a player learning to hit a ball in softball. This would be very difficult if the pitches are too high, too low, fast, slow. They're trying to learn to hit the ball, and then if you've got something else going on like the speed and where the ball is, it would cause a lot of frustration and difficulty in actually learning that skill. So an elite athlete has the ability to deal with these unstable environments as they have vast experience and they have a lot of background knowledge available to them. Background knowledge could also be through what coaches tell athletes about opponents. So they might study videos or plays about the other opponents and help to try and reduce the openness of skills that are being used against them or skills that they can use against the oppositions. The other type of skill is a closed skill, and this normally occurs where the environment is predictable. The closed environment is more conducive to skill learning because the learner is not distracted by other factors such as speed of the ball, height of the ball, oppositions, all those different things. There is time for the athlete to think and plan what to do without the same pressure of an open skill. An example of a closed skill would be a gymnastics floor routine, delivering the ball at 10-pin bowling, some things like that. Closed skills can be performed without making major changes to an athlete's technique as the environment is not changing. So if we're learning how to bat, we might use a T stand. So the ball is always there and the player or the athlete only has to think about swinging the bat and try and connect to the ball. The ball is staying in its spot. It's not moving. It's not changing height. To make this a little bit harder once they understand or get the concept of batting, you might use a batting machine where the ball can be the speed of the ball can be predicted and the height of the ball can be adjusted so it stays at the same speed and height. Then once the player obviously masters this, then we would make the skill more open using a pitcher. Most closed skills are self-paced, where the performer controls the rate at which it is performed, such as a penalty kick in soccer or even shot put. It is better if a skill is practiced as a closed skill first when learning it, as closed skills tend to be understood easier. If a skill is open, it can be practiced as a closed skill to improve this learning. For example, practicing archery indoors, mastering that skill and then going outside where there might be wind as a factor. Then practice is taken outdoors, so that, again, it's mastered. In the previous example, softball, you can start off with T-ball and then moving into softball.